Whoa, a little too much English there, sorry. Welcome to Rotary. My name is Jenny Sprague, and I have the privilege of serving as your president this year. And I welcome all of you to today's meeting. Today's program is entitled, This Is What I Do, and it's a video presentation with Dakota Hanson. And Dakota and Mike Vogus will be both available for questions following that, so no worries about that. We will start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a brief transition moment. Remember, July is Transition Month, and then a reflection from Marty Farabee. We will recite the four-way test at the end of the meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, as Marty makes her way, I will find my Rotary transition moments here somewhere. So here we go. This is a quote from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. And Marty, are you here? I talked to her, she's supposed to be here. Well, do I have a volunteer to do the reflection? Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, I have a volunteer. Thank you, Jules. Let's give it up for Jules. Thank you.
Yeah.
Reflect.
Okay, I'm going to reflect. What I always like to say is, may I greet every challenge, mental, personal, spiritual, and physical, with gratitude and compassion. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you stepping into the role and being so reflective. Okay, I want you to sit down, enjoy your lunch, and we will resume the meeting at 12:15. Enjoy. Thank you. I know you're enjoying some wonderful fellowship, but we are ready to keep going with our meeting. So our first order of business is to do our introduction of visiting Rotarians and guests. If you can come here, Claire will assist you in making your mark. Yeah, I know we have several guests today, so we look forward to meeting everyone.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. I'm Mike Vogus, and I'm pleased to introduce my guest today. Dakota Hanson is a robotics technician from Eagle Alloy. He is a part of the program today, and even though he is only a small part at the front end of these interviews, I hope you will come up with an interesting question or two for him, if not what he said about the process of what it is that we do. Thank you.
Welcome, Dakota.
Hi, John Rupert, Route 31 Credit Union, introducing Phil Basalia, who is our new Vice President of Operations.
Welcome, Phil. Christy, do you want to do them in two so they all get on camera, or what do you want to do?
Yep, do two.
Or squeeze.
Oh, okay. Hi, Christy Pollack, and I'm happy to reintroduce to you Kylie Foster and Cadence Vandenbosch. They are heading, Kylie leaves in a week for Brazil. Cadence is heading to Italy. We're all today going to the Calvin Conference for the weekend for a youth exchange. And then I have Design, and I have Emma, our exchange students that are actually heading home this upcoming week. So this is their last Rotary meeting. So they'll talk to you in a minute. So.
Welcome all of you, and bon voyage.
Oh, we got to stand on the marks. All right, well, this is a little embarrassing. This is my friend Lee Fonstein, who I asked if it was okay. Anybody who reads my Facebook stuff knows that I constantly refer to her as my smoking hot girlfriend. and she's okay with that. She works for probate court, and that's it. So, thank you.
Welcome, Lee. Nancy, maybe you want to do it now, or do you want to do it with the announcements?
Oh, I'm sorry. This was introductions.
Welcome, Nancy McCarthy. We appreciate your energy. Okay, we have no student guests, and so we are ready to proceed with our program, Mr. Vogus.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. Mike Vogus here. Today, I ask you to celebrate our local economy. Rotary International addresses service in 7 areas, including community and economic development. In our local efforts, we often raise funds for economic impact. This past year, our club has developed another effort to improve our local economy by helping our youth recognize opportunities here in Muskegon County by offering them specific ideas on how to best achieve a meaningful and productive career right here. In conjunction with our New Generation Services Council, myself and 6 other local Rotarians are working to share local job opportunities with the students in our community. Amy Seymour, Brianna Scott, Kendra Robinson, Aaron Mikey, Emily Morgenstern, and DJ Hilson interview workers who grew up here, stayed, and are now in jobs they love and want to talk about. We would like your help in expanding the list of satisfied workers we hope to talk to.
Welcome to This Is What I Do, where we explore the work that is waiting to be done in our community. I'm your host, DJ Hilson. Today, we are talking to Dakota Hanson from Eagle Alloy. Welcome, Dakota. We are pleased you're here. We are the Rotary Club of Muskegon, part of Rotary International, a group of more than 1.4 million individuals from around the world whose goal is to create lasting positive change. We've been doing that here in Muskegon since 1916. One of our goals is improving the local economy. This vocational spotlight program assists students in making rewarding career choices. We hope they can remain in our community and improve life here for all of us. That's why we're here today. So Dakota, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name's Dakota Hanson. I work at Eagle Alloy. I'm the senior engineering and robotics technician there. So I design new tooling for our sand molds there, continuous improvement stuff, do all types of support to the production guys. And just recently, as of like a year and a half ago, I primarily started programming our robots there. So we have 4 robotic grinding cells for our steel castings. So we're melting solid steel and 3,000 degrees and then pouring it into a mold. We make parts for Harley Davidson, John Deere, Cat, Bobcat, things like that.
So can you tell us a little bit about any challenges that you feel that you face when you're doing your work on a daily basis?
I think sometimes knowing that people will not always agree with you, it's okay to agree to disagree. And I think another challenge is just being new, just facing the learning curve.
So what do you believe the workplace values are in the community, and what gets done to show what those workplace values are?
I work in economic development, so I work with a lot of businesses. And we have different business grants that are available. So helping businesses grow is important for the city.
Well, I think that we owe it to our youth to share our path to where we are. I think a lot of times we forget about the journey and don't tell people about the mistakes that we made, all the times we fell down and we had to get back up. So I think it's really good to be, transparent, be able to be vulnerable and really talk frankly about how it is that you got to where you are today so that people can identify and understand that if you could do it, they can too. So I think we just need to share our stories more often.
Well, Muskegon ISD is trying to be a vehicle to get these out so our youth can see them, our community can see them. We share it through our social channels, in any of our publications that are electronic. I've asked some of our staff to show to students in their classrooms as well.
Tell us what's the most interesting thing that being a pipe fitter is. What do you love about your job?
I love the variety. It's not just one thing. We go from, sometimes we do threaded pipe, which is just screwed together at connections. Sometimes we do welded pipe, which, as that sounds, it's just welded together. Glued pipe, like what you have in your house for your drains and your water lines. It's a variety, and it's never the same thing over and over and over. And it can be as exciting as you want it to be.
So talk to me a little bit more about what the educational requirements are to be a pipe fitter.
Our application process requires a diploma, whether that's a diploma like normal or a GED, just some sort of high school diploma. Then from there, we do a math test that will figure out how well you are with your geometry, trig, different types of math. After that, we go through and do a interview.
After they put you through that math test and interview, how long is the apprenticeship? What does that entail?
Our apprenticeship is a 5-year apprenticeship. So we meet once a week, every other week. And then that is in class at our training center in Coopersville. We do classroom work, which is book work, drawing our own blueprints, being able to read them, more math-related stuff, going over plumbing stuff in the classroom. Then we go out and have our lab time, which can consist of practicing our welding, practicing soldering and brazing to bring copper together. But our biggest part of our training consists in the field because we're only meeting once a week, every other week.
I think this type of project is really sorely needed to keep our talent locally, whether it is career and technical education that doesn't require a formal degree or it's a 2 or 4 year degree. We need to keep our talent here. That is how we're going to solve our employment needs, our economic needs in Muskegon County. We have the people here. We just need to let them know what's available and encourage them to stay.
Welcome to This Is What I Do, where we explore the work that is waiting to be done in our community. I'm your host, Emily Morgenstern. Today we are talking to Sierra Peacock from Trinity Health. Welcome, Sierra. We are pleased you're here.
Thank you for having me.
So what kind of advice would you give to someone that is considering going into the healthcare field?
I would say my best advice to somebody going into the field, which I wish somebody had, told me, is always ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, even if you're scared or you think it's dumb, because any question is a good question, and you all have to start from somewhere, And don't be afraid to make a mistake, because you're all going to make mistakes. We're all human. It's going to happen, but be honest about it. Speak up if you make a mistake and let your leaders know, so that way it can be contained and corrected and you can learn from it.
Tell us what you feel is challenged by the work, or the most challenging part of the job that you do.
I guess the most challenging thing sometimes is being the bearer of bad news. You don't always get to be Santa Claus and bring kids presents and tell them good things. Sometimes there's punishment involved, and I guess sometimes it can be a little rough, but it's part of the job.
So what do you believe is the most difficult part of getting the job that you have now?
I guess the most difficult part of getting the job is partly the training. You have to be in shape, and you have to, work out every day, and you have to have that integrity. Sometimes, like sports, they say on and off the field, you have to practice your craft, and that's one of the things that some people struggle with is training while they're not on duty or at the police academy.
So beyond obviously the book work, there's also some physical aspect of it, and it makes sense. I mean, can you describe a little bit of why those physical tests and that physical training is important for the work that you do?
There's always something we got to be doing. If somebody takes off, we got to be able to run. If somebody wants to fight, we got to be strong. So it's kind of trying to stay one step ahead of everybody else in terms of physicality and making sure that we can keep ourselves safe by being in shape.
So I'd like to just ask you a question. I mean, we're in Black History Month. I'm looking at you. I know who I am as well. So we're two Black women having this conversation. I'd just like to know, being a minority woman, being a Black woman in the profession that you're in, how do you feel that is portrayed, and what do you feel the benefit is to those that will follow in your footsteps?
In my previous job, I did a lot of training, went to Oklahoma City for Brownfield Conference. I went to Detroit for economic development basic course, and I did not see many people that look like me. It's good at the same time because I know that doing things like this, having a conversation with Brianna Scott is important to have, because we can then open that path for, students who might be interested in doing this, might be interested in being a lawyer or economic developer. They just don't know, and I've never met or mingled with anyone like us to even want to follow in those footsteps. So I'm always open to doing it, even though being on camera makes me nervous, but I know the benefit of it is truly important. So
I think Rotarians can help by, number one, thinking of individuals that have unique perspectives and professions, and nominating those people to be interviewed for this program, one. Secondly, I think that Rotarians could help by spreading the word and spreading the links to these programs. I believe they are on YouTube. So sharing these videos on social media so that others can see them and share them as well. And that will hopefully help them to go viral so that people know about this program. And the more people that know about it, the more people that hear about it, the more views that we get, the more people we're helping in our community.
What else besides your education, your life experiences, your interests, got you to where you are today?
When I graduated college, I was really lost. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was working.
Most of us are.
Yeah. I was working for Wesco at the time, and I had gotten moved up into their corporate office, into their marketing department as like a print production person. So I used to make like the pump toppers that you see, the stickers that you see on the pumps, all the signage in the store. I would print that, but I wasn't designing it. I wasn't doing they put me on social media a little bit, but I was like, I need something else. And so it was really a lot of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I knew that networking was the key to get connected with different businesses and organizations in the community. So I went to networking events. There's a local ad club here on the Lakeshore that I was a part of, where I would meet different business owners and other marketers in the area and just really connected with them afterwards. But also on the side, I started doing design work for small businesses. So like logo design, flyer design. And through that, people just started like recommending me to other small businesses. And that was probably the biggest payoff I could have ever had in my career, because I was just trying to build a portfolio essentially. But through that, I met a lot of people.
So how could a student best prepare to be the next economic developer in Muskegon? How does one prepare for that? What would you tell them to do?
I would tell them to learn about their local government. Be fierce, be confident.
I love my job. I love waking up and going into work, and I think that's one of the best things in the world. So I think this is one of the jobs that it's different every day, and you never know what you're expecting. So I think it kind of makes life interesting. So that's why I would promote police work to anybody.
Have an open mind and just don't be afraid to fail. Those are my two biggest things. It's okay to not know what you want to do with your life, especially when you're, high school, middle school, or, even a couple years into college, because that was me.
It's one of those things that if you don't feel like you're college bound, if you don't feel like you're college material, if you feel like you're a hands-on person, trade is a great place for you to go.
I have this motto that I'm always saying is to just be a good human. Like if you are just a good human, you will go so far in life. And so that's, respecting people and who they want to be. It's treating people as in the way that you want to be treated. It's being trustworthy, being reliable, be kind, because you have nothing to lose if you're kind, if you're nice. And when you treat people with respect in that manner, then you just go so far. You become more reliable, you become more trustworthy.
Talking about giving back to the community and being part of the community, how does that contribute to your own personal success?
There have been times in my life and people who have believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And those are people of our community. And when you're in a position where you need help from the community, it is so encouraging to see that there are people that care. And there are people that believe that you can do it, and they will stand behind you. And so when you have a community that does that, and you get to a point where now you can turn the page and you can start helping the community, that's why I do it. Do what makes you happy rather than what's going to make you the most money or what your parents wanted you to do. That's a really big thing, but I think one other really, really critical piece of advice that I would give to any students is to, specifically in the design world, is to build confidence. And because you're going to be criticized, your work is going to be criticized. And so being able to not take that criticism as a failure, but taking it and learning from it and improving yourself is really, really important. And so build your confidence, do what you got to do, get yourself out there, do things that are uncomfortable and out of your comfort zone to just get that confidence built up.
Great. Well, there you have it, folks. Follow your passions and don't forget to give back to those that have helped us. We thank Christina today for sharing her story with us, and we thank you for joining us. If you think this program might help someone else, please send them the link, and until next time, the Muskegon Rotary Club would like you to consider doing something good for your community.
I think this is a great way to show the value of Rotary. Number one is that this is not necessarily the number one thing in our mission, but it's a way for us to support our community. And so it shows that Rotary can do a lot to support our community, including highlighting great careers and things in our county, which is pretty cool.
Mike and Dakota will be available for questions, and you were warned. We need good questions, people.
Senor.
Hey, this is for Dakota. So the video talks about the need to retain our local talent. So if someone was considering either staying in Muskegon or moving away, based on your experience, how would you advise them and how would you sell Muskegon to them?
I don't know. I've grown up here. I've lived here. It's what I'm comfortable with. And I mean, my go-to answer is always, look behind you. You got the lake. There's beautiful sights all around. But I don't know. It's a solid community. I just feel like there are good people here, and there's a lot of opportunity. I don't know. There's a lot of things to do. So that's just what I would tell somebody. Just kind of, like I said in the video, have an open mind and look around and dig into something. Find something that makes you happy around here, because I think Muskegon does have it.
Other questions?
Good to see you again, Dakota, by the way. It's still looking good. Not necessarily a question, but a comment. Just for Rotarians, I guess we really need to appreciate the hard work that Mike has put into this project. This guy is a visionary. Every time he emails me with something new, I always have to say yes, because it just sounds so intriguing. But to piggyback off of that, I would absolutely encourage you to go out and watch all these videos. They're awesome. The folks that I got to interview, it's just amazing their journey and why they love and believe in Muskegon. So we need to promote that. But more importantly, give Mike people. I mean, I haven't sat in his chair in a long time, so I'm itching to come back and interview. But thanks, Mike, for this particular project. It really highlights what we have here and why it's so important we stay here.
So are these individual videos that you just did a composite for us, or how does that work?
Yes, that's a composite that was put together about 3 or 4 months ago. Currently, there are 13 programs, and they are all on the youth page of our website. And they are identified currently with a spotlight on each one of the folks with their vocation down below.
Other questions?
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, I was going to say I have one. Dakota, I had a question for you. So I'm an arts and humanities human, and so is my husband, and I have a young son who's going to start robotics in the fall.
Okay.
I'm really interested in learning more about, like, how did you become qualified for what you do, and what program did you study at and brought you back here? Oh, I've got to watch the whole video. Fine.
You can always refer back to the video. No. To be honest, growing up, I never even thought about robotics or anything. And I went to MCC for CAD design. Yeah, I love MCC. I went there for 2 years, then I went to Grand Valley, didn't work out for me, then I went back to MCC, and it was the greatest thing I ever did. But anyway, I went for my computer-aided design certificate or degree, and got a job at Eagle doing design for tooling, and then literally my boss was just like, man, I need a guy to program robots. We didn't have anybody in-house, and I'm like, I mean, I can almost, figure out anything that I put my mind to. So we found that the company of the robots that we have is ABB, and they do training in Auburn Hills at their facility. So he just sent me over to 3 training classes, and they were like week-long classes. And when I got back from it, I mean, over the course of like a year, I did these. And when I got back, he basically just told me, he's like, dude, go out there and dive in and see what you can figure out. And then I kind of did that for like a year straight, and I ended up loving it. So I don't know, to tell like younger people how to get into robots is, I mean, join the clubs if it really interests you, because I think every high school or middle school, I'm pretty sure they have like programs. So, watch videos and just be ready to get in there. And I don't know, yeah. But for me, it kind of just like fell into my lap, and then I just worked around it. But yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd also like to take a moment that many of the people here in the room were featured in this video compilation. So could you all stand? You all were part of our program presentation today. So Emily, and thank you all for your input too. In honor of our speakers and an expression of our thanks for your presentation today, Muskegon Rotary will make a contribution to Hand Wash. Hand Wash is a cooperative initiative between Terra Nueva and Haiti and Champion Rotary District 6290, that's ours, to provide clean water, sanitation, and hygiene in rural areas of Haiti. Your program is going to a good cause. Thank you. Okay, next up, we recognize the birthdays that are coming up. We are recognizing them by not singing, but just displaying them. And they are Jason Bertoya, July 15th, Ken Johnson, July 15th, Karen Hayslip, July 17th, and Bill Marietti, July 19th. And I wanted to point out again, you can donate your $10 birthday gift to our Caring Connection by using the QR code that's on display here or taking one of the envelopes. And Kim will be happy to take that envelope whenever you have the 10 bucks to put into it and hand it to her. So thank you so much for that. So now we are moving on to sort of a little bit of the ceremonial part of our program. So Brandon, if you can come forward. Brandon Turnbull was enjoying the beauties of vacation and was not here for our officers and directors installation. So we're going to do that, clean that up, so he's ready to go, although he was at the board meeting already. So, Brandon, the Rotary Club of Muskegon members have elected you to an important position in club administration. Your election to office indicates your fellow Rotarians' esteem and confidence in you. They also believe you will uphold the high traditions of this club and that you will give the best of your executive ability to the furtherance of our club's interest and carry forward the object of Rotary. Brandon, will you fulfill the responsibilities of your office to the best of your ability by following the Constitution and bylaws of the Rotary Club of Muskegon? Please respond by saying, that sounds good. I now declare Brandon Turnbull a newly installed Muskegon Rotary Club Board of Directors member. Congratulations, Brandon, and thank you for serving the Rotary Club of Muskegon. Thank you. And we're getting really good at spotlighting people, as you saw in our program. We're going to do another member spotlight. This will be Kathy Hegedus, and she will be sharing with us about transition moments. Thank you.
I am Kathy Hegedus. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for District 6290, which just is a fancy name for I love all Rotarians. I've been a Rotarian since 2008. I get a new boss every single year with a brand new district governor. So I'm all about transitioning. We also have new district leadership, new district committees, and also, as you know, new club president. So I'm all about transition. When I started Rotary, I was not allowed to become a Rotarian. I was told that because of my position with the district, I would favor the Rotary Club that I joined. And that's not the case. It's, you know, I love all of our Rotary clubs. I love working with all the Rotarians. I just feel very blessed to be able to do this. So it has changed. This is my third Rotary Club. I think you really need to be Rotary happy. And I think I've finally found my club that I am happy in. I've visited a lot of clubs in our district, small and large. And I do have to say that I was a little hesitant joining a larger club, but being a Muskegon, it's amazing. Everyone is so nice and so warm and welcoming that it's just a great fit for me. Yes, become more involved with the district leadership, come to district events. There's a whole world out there that goes beyond the Rotary Club. Go to an international convention, your life will change. When you get to be in a room with 30,000 Rotarians, you can feel the positive energy. It's amazing. So get involved at a higher level. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much, Kathy, and thank you for your encouragement for expanding our view of what it means to be a Rotarian. Next, we have an induction. I invite Rachel Gorman to come forward with her candidate for admission, Carla Flanders. That sounded sort of impressive, didn't it? So, Rachel, we'll start with your introduction.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm so excited to do this introduction. Carla Flanders is a transplant to the Muskegon area, growing up not far away in Grand Rapids. She is a graduate of Western Michigan University with a Bachelor of Arts in Communications and a minor in Environmental Science and Spanish. Carla's first introduction to Muskegon was right after college when she worked as an AmeriCorps employee through the MSU Extension Office, focusing on groundwater education. She was responsible for putting together and teaching educational training sessions in both English and Spanish. Carla's business area of expertise is marketing, event coordination, and project management. She has a passion for community projects and worked as the marketing director for Tulip Time Festival in Holland before she became the vice president of marketing at the Muskegon Lakeshore Chamber of Commerce. Currently, Carla owns and operates CMF Marketing and Events, a local company that helps businesses and organizations with strategic marketing planning and implementation, project management, and event coordination. Carla is involved in several community initiatives. She was the director of the Lakeshore Art Festival for 10 years, growing the festival into a nationally recognized fine art and craft event, creating a zero-waste green initiative that has been recognized at the state level. She assisted with the launch and management of the initial Watch Muskegon campaign. Carla is the administrator for the Muskegon Arts and Culture Coalition, a member of the Community Foundation's Lead Giving Circle, has participated in Coming Together for Racial Understanding Leadership West Michigan, and the Livability Lab. She is a Muskegon Star and has a certificate in institutional organizational management. Carla also spends many hours volunteering for local organizations, including Michigan Irish Music Festival, United Way Day of Caring, Mona Shore Schools, environmental cleanup projects, and more. Carla's company, CMF Marketing and Events, helps to produce several local events, including the Muskegon Foundation's Ambassador Event and Annual Gathering, H-Well Services Heals for Meals and More, and the West Michigan Student Showcase. Carla is also very excited to work with the Rotary to help produce the new fall fundraising event, Harvest Fest. Carla's husband is Jason Flanders. He is a council member for the city of Norton Shores and works in medical sales. She has 2 sons, one that just finished his first year at Western Michigan University, and the other that will be a senior next year and is very active with basketball and lacrosse. In Carla's spare time, she has some. She loves going to concerts, watching her kids play sports, taking her dog Griffin for a walk, and planning epic gatherings. Her friends call her the Julia McCoy of the group, but you can just call her Carla.
Okay, I think you could hand off the microphone to Claire, because I'm going to hand you these, and we will make reference to those. Do you want to put your, thank you, no problem. Okay, little housework there. Fellow Rotarians and honored guests, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Muskegon, it is my privilege to induct a new member today. Carla Flanders, you have been chosen for membership in the Rotary Club of Muskegon because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative of your profession and that you possess the qualities that will help you exemplify the true spirit of Rotary in your public, business, social, and private life. By joining the Rotary Club of Muskegon, you become part of a worldwide organization of business and professional leaders united in fellowship and dedicated to encouraging and fostering the ideal of service and high ethical standards to create goodwill and help build a more peaceful world. By your membership in this club, you will be welcome into the fellowship of any Rotary Club worldwide. Membership in Rotary is an honor and privilege, and with this privilege, there are obligations. The Muskegon Rotary Club asks that you attend the club meetings regularly, perform your share of club service, and use your knowledge and talents to help Muskegon Rotary carry the principles of Rotary into the daily life of our community. Do you accept these obligations of memberships? I do. Well, she said yes, so thank you. Okay, I am proud to be a Rotarian, and I'm pleased to have your sponsor give you this pin, by which your fellow Rotarians and the community will recognize you as a Rotarian. We ask that you wear it proudly. I invite your sponsor to affix it to your lapel, but that lots of time is awkward. Yeah, that's okay. On behalf of Muskegon Rotary, I also present you with these 3 other membership emblems, a plaque showing the ideals of Rotary, a membership directory, and your badge. Finally, I have a challenge for you. My challenge is for you to share the gift given to you by your sponsor, Rachel, and ask that you invite another person with the same qualities of character and commitment to Rotary's motto of service above self to join our club within the next 6 months. The honor of becoming a Rotarian is only surpassed by sponsoring a new member. Do you accept this challenge? And she's up for it. Thank you. Rotarians, please rise. Carla Flanders, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Muskegon, I formally admit you to membership in this club and welcome you as a member of the Rotary Club of Muskegon. Fellow Rotarians, please recognize and congratulate the newest Rotarian in the world, Carla Flanders. Congratulations. Welcome, Carla. If you have some time after the meeting, I know lots of people will want to come up and say thank you and welcome. Thank you both. Okay. Oh, I have your introduction. Do you want to? Okay. I bet you want it. There you go. Well, you do. You don't know what you do. Okay. Proceeding with the presentations, I invite Meredith Smiley to come forward. We have a Paul Harris to present.
Thanks, Ginny. In 1957, Rotary International established the Paul Harris Fellow Award to Paul Harris, one of the 3 founders of Rotary. Rotary created this eponymous award to express appreciation for the financial support of the humanitarian and educational programs of the Rotary Foundation. This award is one of Rotary's most prestigious honors. Paul Harris once said, "Dreaming is not so bad if one dreams good dreams and makes them come true." Rotarians make dreams a reality through the Rotary Foundation programs that provide educational opportunities, food, potable water, sanitation, health care, immunizations, and shelter for millions of persons here at home and living around the world. Today, we honor a deserving individual who also dreams good dreams and makes them come true. To help with this presentation, I would like to invite Bob Skolnick to come forward and tell us about his honoree who will join the worldwide ranks of Paul Harris Fellows today.
Okay, so I have something, I think you're going to enjoy this. But before I do this, I'm just going to take 1 minute. If you notice, I have a bandage on this cheek, and I just want to, because this could save somebody's life. I cut myself shaving about 6-7 weeks ago, and it wouldn't heal. And I went to the doctor because I was concerned about it, and he sent me, and they did a scraping and found out it was a basal, what they called a basal cell carcinoma. And 2 days ago, I had the surgery for that. And there's, I think, maybe 6 stitches in there. And if I had let it go, I don't know what would have happened. It certainly wouldn't have gone away. But if you notice something odd like that, make sure you get it checked because maybe, it could save your life, or just be careful about your personal health. So anyway, just sorry about taking up the time for this. All right. I've been planning to present this Paul Harris Award for several years. I spoke with the club's Paul Harris committee chair, Ginny Sprague. That's how long it's been, because she's now the club president, about my plan. And she has reminded me more times than I can count to schedule this Paul Harris Award. It seemed like I never had the time to write the nomination, and then later my honoree was too busy to attend a meeting. And of course, that individual had no idea that I was even thinking about presenting this award. But the time has come, and my personal, seriously planned and dreaded retirement has been here for over 6 months. And I finally sat down and put my thoughts in order. The highest award in Rotary is the Paul Harris Award. It is given to a Rotarian or a member of our community that has made an outstanding contribution as a Paul Harris Fellow, and that person can be a Rotarian or a member of the community. Rotary's overriding thought, service above self, is the motto adopted by Rotary International and signifies the belief that Rotarians, and hopefully all individuals, would put their duty to help others above their own needs. Today's awardee is not a Rotarian and fulfills all the qualities expected of our organization and has become a close friend, and really we become part of each other's families, and we have a remarkable relationship. We met about 13 years ago, and when she owned the Village Inn restaurant in Fruitport. I was part of a regular Saturday breakfast, I'm going to call it a posse, there, and somehow we began to bond. Her life wasn't always easy, and her mom and dad divorced when she and her sister were just 8 and 5. Her mom was bipolar, and her dad got custody, and there were many problems. Her mother, Sue, had bought the Village Inn, and it was renamed Susie's Village Inn, but she struggled with her illness and unexpectedly died in 2004. Today's awardee graduated from the nursing program at MCC and had been a registered nurse with Mercy Hospital for 6 years. But after her mother died, she wanted to continue the tradition of the restaurant and bought it in 2005 and left Mercy Hospital. She owned the Village Inn for 15 years, and both her sisters worked there, and that's another whole story. But it was a wonderful place, and I always felt like it was the TV show Cheers, where everybody knows your name. It was a real family restaurant and showed how big a heart today's awardee has. Today's honoree has an exceptionally long history of service above self. Her original career as a registered nurse, plus her strong commitment to her Catholic faith, shows that she always wanted to help others. When Father Bob Hart, the priest at Prince of Peace Church, fell ill with cancer, he was at Spectrum Hospital for almost 3 months. When he returned to Muskegon, today's honoree moved into the basement of the rectory with her 2 children to care for Father Bob until his death in September 2008. Just months later, her own dad was diagnosed with cancer, and once again, she and her children moved in with him to provide needed care until he passed in 2010. But she has done so much more for our community. Because of her strong Catholic faith, she's worked on Catholic Central's signature fundraiser, the Rainbow Auction, through the years. She has quietly helped many, many people without publicity when they needed help, providing food and numerous other things for her restaurant customers and friends and pretty much anyone in need. But the work that really inspired me today was her work for the Boys and Girls Club of the Muskegon Lakeshore. Before the club formally opened, and probably not many people remember this, but before the National would charter a local organization, the initial board had to raise $1 million before they would issue our charter. Today's honoree held the club's very first fundraiser on her own in the fall of 2015 at Bella Maria's Event Center. Next, she hosted a second fundraiser at her home that she called the Fall Frenzy, complete with a band and her homemade food, which raised thousands for the brand new club. Then in 2016, as a new club board member, she agreed to be the co-chair of the Great Futures Gala that was initially held at my home on the shores of Mona Lake. That has now become the signature fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club. I was also very involved in this event in the beginning, and honestly, I can say her energy, time, enthusiasm, and sheer will to make it a success is the key reason that this event has become the largest single-night fundraiser event in Muskegon. She won't give up. She has found many large sponsors, auction items, helped corral her friends into volunteering, attending, and donating. Plus, her enthusiasm has been contagious. And in just the brief history of the event, it has brought in well over $1.4 million, thanks in large part to her hard work. There are many others, of course, who have worked extremely hard on this event, and it takes a team for such a large event, but it also takes the enthusiasm of volunteers, and she is a key piece of that enthusiasm. So today's new Paul Harris Fellow is like a daughter to me. She is married to her husband, Kurt Camerad, has 3 children, Haley, Braden, and Kenzie, plus a brand new grandson, Bodie Richard. So please help me welcome the world's newest Paul Harris Fellow and my BFF, Jenny Hartlock. Now you have to say something.
I gotta say something first.
I got him.
Today, my fellow Rotarians, we move closer to a more peaceful world as Jenny Hart Locke becomes our newest Paul Harris Fellow. Jenny, you were recognized today as a Paul Harris Fellow in special appreciation for how your life exemplifies the humanitarian and educational objectives of the Rotary Foundation. You were designated to receive this recognition by Bob Skolnick, and it sounds like the rest of the Rotarians here. On behalf of the Rotary Foundation Board of Trustees, you received 3 emblems of a Paul Harris Fellow, a lapel pin, a medallion, and a certificate that states you have been named a Paul Harris Fellow. In appreciation of the tangible and significant assistance given for the furtherance of better understanding and friendly relations between peoples of our world, we encourage you to wear your pin to demonstrate your support of the Rotary Foundation programs that save and invigorate people's lives worldwide. And as Bob already said, please accept our congratulations and sincere appreciation for your commitment to our shared world understanding and peace goals. Rotarians and friends, those that are standing, but others, please stand and recognize our newest Paul Harris Fellow in the world, Jenny Locke.
I'm speechless, and that's really tough. Right, DJ? I am, first of all, very appreciative of this award. There are many people that I can think of that deserve awards like this. I was raised by a single father because of my mother's mental illness, who brought us up with a strong Catholic faith, and who I believe I am like because of. He was a yes person. I'm a yes person. That is good and bad. And he constantly gave. And I had a calling very young to become a nurse. And I think that when you are a nurse, giving is what you know. Nurturing is what you know. I am blessed with the support of my husband and my children of my crazy lifestyle. We have a friend who has a disability living with us right now, and her comment was, I'm kind of lonely because I never see you. You're never home. And I have a lot more to do. My encouragement as part-time, besides full-time real estate agent, I'm a manager at the deck. My very, very best friend, Michelle Harris, owns it. And I get to work with so many young kids, 14 to 18-year-olds mainly. And I have a really good connection with a lot of them. And I want them to know, and part of that video was to be kind, to be loving, to be caring, to be giving, because there's a lot of really scary things in this world right now. And being giving is so important. Giving back, feeling blessed, and I am incredibly blessed in my life through the ups and downs. And at 50 years old, I've been through a lot of death. But I think it's formed who I am today. And I adore Bob. He has filled in for my dad, who was my very best friend, and Bob is my BFF. He's my person. He's, besides my husband, the person I call in tears when I'm having a really rough day and when it's feeling heavy. So I want to say thank you. I know as Rotarians, you sitting here, you are already giving back. But if you can encourage one person every day to just give back in some way, to volunteer, to be a part of something, especially the Boys and Girls Club, which is very near and dear to my heart, it makes your heart full. So thank you again for this, all of you.
Thank you so much. Oh, I could say, we have a pair of sunglasses, but they're gone. Okay, we are going to move on to announcements. I know there are a few of you there that want to make an announcement, so if you could work your way up here. I will give a couple. Next week, we will be meeting at the Delta, just for next week. And the district governor of 6290, Jeff Coyle, will be our guest and our program. And we will have a brief board meeting for our board members and membership council members. You'll get an email from me, I promise today, hasn't happened yet, about that. Rewind will not be meeting this week, but we'll start up again next week. And I think I'm ready for announcements. And if you can come over and hit your marks again.
Hi, so I think you've all heard it. The son and I are going back next week. Come here. So we just wanted to say a huge thank you again. That was, I think I can speak for the sign too, one of our best dives in a year. And you truly made that year amazing. I had so many people come up to me asking me questions. Some of you took us to concerts, and we just felt really appreciated and loved here. And yeah, a huge thank you. And I'll stop now because I will start crying.
I would like to thank you, Muskegon Rotary Club, to hosting me, and I found amazing Rotarians in this club, and I really enjoyed this exchange year. Thank you so much.
Designs Sponsor District back in Thailand, right? Yeah, I guess they don't let me mess this up. Thank you. Welcome and safe travels, ladies.
Thank you. I'm going to see if I can do both at the same time because I want to show you something as I'm talking. And I did prepare something real quick so that I would not forget. So here we go. Hopefully you can see that. Is it upside down? Sure is. Okay, here we go. Today, we launched the new Rotary Fall fundraising event, Harvest Fest. And this is the logo, and I think I saw Jason in here, so we can thank Revel for this amazing design work. So what is it? Here's my little pitch. Enjoy an evening of fall harvest culinary delights created by Baker College's SIM students. So I don't know if Aaron's here or not, but we thank the SIM for that. Those will be paired with a variety of wines, craft beers, seltzers, and soft drinks. The Harvest Fest event will provide great networking opportunities, live music by Johnny Breeze, a 50-50 raffle, and select silent auction items. Plus, proceeds go to support Reed Muskegon and other Muskegon area charitable causes supported by the Rotary. The event date is October 26th, so go ahead and take your phones out right now. October 26th, you can put it in your phone and add that to your calendar. Again, October 26th at Baker Sim. Tickets go on sale today. Press release went out today. Tickets right now are only $65 until September 22. After September 22, tickets will go up to $75, so make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. With each ticket, you are going to get a signature Harvest Fest glass and one free beverage ticket. A cash bar will be available. Sponsorship and volunteer opportunities will also be available, and there'll be more to come on that. Please also follow us on our new event Facebook page that JJ set up. It's just Harvest Fest, and it's also on the Rotary website under Calendar and Events menu, including a link to the tickets. Thank you.
I think this is the right line. I'd like to invite everybody to come tonight to Los Amigos on Sherman Boulevard at 5:30. We're having a grant reception for the Business Equity Initiative Fund. You might recall I introduced that fund about a year ago. Many Rotarians have donated to the fund. Tonight we're giving out $40,000 worth of grants to 11 people. And these grants are designed for women entrepreneurs, especially women of color, helping to put that bottom rung into place for people who have trouble accessing capital. So this is also having an economic impact, and we invite you to come share with us tonight. Thanks.
Andrew Cutler, the Party in the Park is coming. That's my job, is to make sure that we have enough people to run an amazing event. So going out at the end of this week is going to be the sign-up sheet. Everybody will get that in their email. Please sign up to volunteer. We need about 120 people to make this thing run really well. So that's most of you. Actually, it's everybody in this room. So, August 18th, our band is the Beatles thing, or a Beatles thing. So for many of us, that's nice. That hits a sweet spot for our musical tastes, actually. I think they cross a lot of generations. So we need a lot of help. Help us.
Hi, I'm Lisa Stafford. I'm here on behalf of our Engagement and Retention Committee. We have a wonderful opportunity for our new members to get together. There's something on your table. It is next Wednesday at the USS Silversides from 5:30 to 7:30. It does say we needed the RSVP by last night, but we get it. There's last minute. Go ahead, RSVP to Melissa, or I'll hang around for a few minutes. If you just want to come talk to me, I'll tell you a little more about it, and I'll take your name and sign you up. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Lots to do. That's great. But the moment you've all been waiting for, the raffle. Eric, take it away. What are we going for first? Oh, going up with the big one first. 20 bucks. $408. Oh, the treasurer is really excited to win. Christy, congratulations. $443. Oh, everybody look at your tickets. 443. Or do we need to draw again? Okay, that was just to see if you were paying attention. Now we'll draw for real. Is this for $10, Eric? $10. 370. Oh, we have a winner. Is that, I can't see. Oh, it's Bill. Congratulations. Okay, and now drawing for the chance to win your money back, the $5 drawing. $410. Oh, yes, there you go. Congratulations. Thank you all. Your raffle tickets go to support, purchases go to support the Polio Plus Fund, so we appreciate your participation. Okay, just a reminder that next week's program, once again, it will be our District Governor, Jeff Coyle, who will be visiting us. Meeting is at the Delta. Don't come here, we won't be here, and you'll have to drive back across town, so don't do that. And now, if you want to rise, we will recite the four-way test before the meeting is adjourned. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? We are adjourned. Go forth and create hope in the world.